No, we do not. Uh-huh. Let's choose a nice, lovely grid. Oh, lovely. Yep. That should do. Alright. So, I should really save, honestly, the tier list from now on. But, now we do have the vehicles. Ooh. Yeah, I just played this on More Thunder today. It's shit. But anyway, that's not the topic. Let's get to the nice stuff. So, if any of you watched last stream or the video, we used this thing. Um, we checked out a few more things. This, this, and this. And I rated this quite excellently. The 9. The 10, very kind of meh. And of course, the 21, I rated pretty good. They also added the pack 44, which is absolutely devastating. Me and my friends from the Tank Encyclopedia YouTube channel, and also just generally close friends from Discord, we played a few conquest games and encountered these very mid-game on hardcore to hard conquest with Mace, and it is absolutely destroying everything, like penetrating every single vehicle. And honestly, it is very good. We tried it last game. It penetrated every single vehicle on one shot. Of course, with Conquest, you have the issue with lag, maybe a delay. That we encountered that really. Oh, and also, as you guys all know, if you have a gun and a tank or another gun shoots with HE rounds, it absolutely gets blown off on the next few hits. So yeah, that's pretty bad. But still, this thing is pretty good, and I'm pretty sure it has some nice armor as well. Um, what else? A pan, a Tiger 2 with a bloody German, old German flag and a Bankenkral. Wow, these were all added before. I honestly went for the things, the Soviet vehicles after this. What is this? Okay, that's new. I'm pretty okay. That's old. That's old. And the Westby's old. These, I'm not sure. Hello, Roy. Rory. Um, Let me know if these, if you guys play Mace, if you ever encountered these. Otherwise, we can try them out this game. Other than that, I'm gonna put these here for you guys to see that we've already used. I'm not sure about these. Please let me know if these are were in the most recent update. Please let me know and we'll try them out today. I'm just gonna put them on the side. I'm trying to find out which units are new and which are not. Well, I you could think that I could just get a list of newly added units, but I honestly prefer this. And even though I asked the developers to make a list, Oh, really? I think I've seen you. Sorry about that. Wow. Um, yeah, these. So, are these the only ones that we haven't tried out yet? Sorry about that, Rory. Well, I didn't know. Appreciate you being here.
Ja,
Thank you.
Befehl ausgeführt! Rücken wir aus!
So, I guess we'll be testing these out, and I will be rating them. Okay, so since these are both for light tanks, and this is a Curse 38T, um, yeah, and the half tracks as well. I'll be testing them on T-34s. T-34s and a few light Soviet vehicles. And if you guys have any suggestions or want to recommend me anything that you'd like to see get shot by these two lovely cursed tanks, please let me know. Obviously, this is a Panzer II, but so I don't think he'll be able to take out a T-34, but I'm just gonna try from the back. What's it called? I'll surely try it out. I'll find it. Quite a bold move for me to bring the SC-26, honestly. And a car. Inventory, weapon, small arms. It's not a M or MG131. Is it this? I'm pretty sure it isn't. Oh, yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh wow. Holy shit. Where's a Brandenburger? Give this up to a Brandenburger. Big gun. I could mistake it for an anti-tank gun. Yeah. Wow. Any description and history about the gun? If you guys could elaborate.
Los!
Of course, this isn't fair, since we're in the editor. It's not going to be the same amount of damage, is it?
Scheiße, der hat mich fast erwischt!
But it could still demonstrate how powerful this thing is. I mean, in terms of accuracy, I'm not sure though. Yeah. Does it take this long for other MGs to reload?
Scheiße, der hat mich fast erwischt! Wir brauchen hier vorn dringend Munition! Scheiße, der hat mich fast erwischt!
Yeah. Nice range, nice range.
Scheiße, der hat mich fast erwischt!
Wow. Very, very good gun.
Wir tun!
Now, how about standing up?
Bereit!
So, I'm gonna do a quick review. I will get an MG42 and an MG34 and compare them all. This must be an MG42, yep. The 34. Slower firing rate. More accurate.
Lasst mich reingreifen, Männer! Mach ihn!
Okay, so the MG34 even late war. It's a very good gun, very good gun, and you could see it being used on almost every single um, light armored car in the Germans until 1943. I'm pretty sure.
Bin bereit.
I mean, it was mass produced, so
Hab ihn!
even in the day landings, these things. In terms of fire rate, this
Jawohl!
thing is insane. Not the same accuracy, but it's
Laufen die
deadly.
Befehle!
MG42. We already know what an MG42 can be like. But let's see right now and compare them all. We've seen the 131, we've seen the 34. Now about the 42.
Was sollen wir tun?
MG42 kind of balanced. Even the 34 seems stronger than the 42 in terms of accuracy, but the 131 is not as accurate, but still quite deadly. I mean, look at that. You could stand up and still shoot quite well. Whereas the 42 takes a bit more. Well, not now. So, this was kind of unfair, honestly. But this will be my honest opinion. MG34, sluggish but accurate. MG42, well balanced. I really recommend the stands for this gun compared to the 34 where you have it on the floor. That's where, like, you know, you don't get the same accuracy, you don't get the same fire rate.
Ja.
You'll have two guys on this thing on a stand. I'll show you right now. Here. This thing
Ja.
is better than... Oh, this is a 34, my bad.
Ja.
This thing I honestly prefer compared to the 34. Look at this. Look at this. Very good. Very good. I'm not sure if you guys have a stand for this gun. Would that be amazing?
Wie lauten die Befehle?
Wow. Okay, so back to the rating. MG34. Good with infantry. I love using it with infantry. Especially in the campaign modes, they're very useful. When it comes to, you know, conquest and stuff, you're gonna use tanks, you're gonna use artillery, you're gonna use that and this. You're only gonna have these when you have the defense things, and it'll be AI controlled, you know, and you won't be pushing these unless you have them like early game, like just captured if you play the Soviets or another faction, etc., and you capture these.
Wie lauten die
But
Befehle?
you'll still use them on infantry. And when you use them on infantry, these things can save your bloody life. If you control it, of course. Because recently I've seen the Gates of AI act very stupid. I'm just pushing them in, and the guy's just standing there,
Jawohl.
doing nothing. But this gun, I love it. It's all round usable, but it's best for infantry. The 42 however, the 42, it comes with late game heavy tanks, medium tanks, especially medium tanks like the Panzer and the Tiger. You'll see him using these guns. However, although it's still effective on infantry, I believe that this gun is made for, you know, defending places. The 34, however, is made for urban warfare, and attacking things. But the 42, especially on stands, is quite
Ja,
honestly the best when you're defending your conquest maps. When you're using it on tanks and cars and BTRs, this thing is why they use that, you know.
Jawohl!
Whereas this thing, the MG131, which I've honestly just recently used, as you've seen, it's an aircraft gun with a bipod attached, as Edit said. Um, this thing is an absolute menace. It's just flipping the most in the guns now. Yeah. It's very effective. No, I can't say no to this. So let me give you my honest rating. MG34 goes here. MG42 goes here. Right next to each other. I think they're both pretty good guns and they have their own particular use. Some features of the 42 are better than the 34 and some of the features of the 34 are better than the 42. But they can't beat the 131. Why is he holding a smoke grenade? Anyway. So, let me put you guys on this thing. Yeah, it looks nice.
was sollen wir
Geht's los?
tun?
Jawohl!
DMG family. There you go. Lovely. Moving on. Thanks. Germany. Panzerkampfwagen 3080 NA. The NA designation. Oh my god. How can I forget? Stan is gonna kill me. Oh dear. I'm not sure what the NA stands for. If anyone knows, please remind me. I'm quite dull here. So specs. We have the machine gun MG3070. I'm pretty sure that's Czech, but I'm not sure. With the L47.8 and armor from 10 centimeters to 25 centimeters. Crew 4 can have 8 guys on it. I don't know how that works though. Let's see. Cause usually on the 38 you get to put your guys, don't you? Let's see this. Oh, the sides. That's fair. It kind of looks bulky, but that's pretty fine, I guess. Oops. You could stay. Anyway,
Ja?
get out of here,
Ja?
Fallschirmjägers.
Rücken wir aus?
And the Panzerkampfwagen II Ausf.J. It comes with a 20 centimeter automatic cannon, KYK 30 L55, and the MG34 Panzer Lauf. We have armor piercing 2 centimeter Panzer grenade, a standing for armor piercing. Can shoot 10 rounds at a rate of 1 second per round, or look already pretty fairly to count that shark. Because if you're gonna be using this, I'm not sure how long it will take you to get this. It will surely be in the Panzer II list on the tier, the purchases on Conquest. I'm not sure you'll be able to use this in campaigns. Maybe the mods will, devs will add such a thing. It looks like the brainstorm behind the LO, the looks, and the leopard. Although we do not have the leopard in the game, which I would highly request from the devs. Moving on. I mean, what do you, like the Panzer II C? It has a faster firing rate than this, but this just has a higher caliber. It can't penetrate KV armor. moving on, we have the MG34. You know my MG34. Nothing. Nope. Let's try it on something lighter. Devs, you should probably add a scope here. It's just the bunker brick. Well, that took out the engine. Suppose that can penetrate a BT2. I mean, look. I don't think you'll be using this. For one, it's gonna cost 1 or 2 research. 2, you'll be already skipping to the next light tank, even if you're gonna use light tanks, if that's what you're gonna do, which is not the prettiest of ideas, but also a pretty fair one, because, you know, light tanks could be very nice, and you can get a Panzer 1B for a cheaper price than a MG34. Think about that. I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure. But, I mean, look, it's a pretty nice tank. Maybe, I'm saying, you might not have enough money, but you'll have enough money just to get this. And I'll say, you know what? Hell yeah. Buy this instead of 2Cs. You know why? It has a better caliber. And look, it just took out that BT2. Lovely. But still, what are you gonna get from this? It's gonna get one shot by a pack, the fake Soviet Pack 36. Well, yeah, 80 armor. That's true. I mean, it does look bulky though. It does. Armor also counts. You're right. You're right. But it's just not penetrating. You'd be dead. You'd have your track down by now. BD2 fast tank. It does have slits now. I honestly really want to see how it holds up against these tanks now. I'm really curious. Nothing. I, honest to God, want to see this thing get shot at by one of these. I am very curious. Let's try it with a BT7. Because we know what a T-34 is going to do, really, guys. Oh, there was some damage done. Look at that. See? Track down on the first shot. That's bad. It's holding up. Okay, I misjudged this thing. I misjudged it. I misjudged it. It's holding up. It is holding up. I misjudged it. But let's see what a T-44 can do.
Jawohl. Verstanden.
Ooh. Oh dear. Looks like we haven't bolted an inch. That's not nice. Obviously, if you're playing hardcore, you'd be encountering these. Dead, kaput. Or did I kill it already? I want to see how a Panzer II can hold up. So the looks has 30 armor. Wow. Wow. I misjudged the L. I mean the J. I misjudged it. Yes, this is a T-34, but I misjudged this thing. It can hold up. It can hold up. Okay, BT7 time, BT7 time. We shot so many times at the Panzer II. Now let's try shooting at these guys. First shot. Penetration, maybe? Yeah, second shot already dead. That's what I expected at the start, but once I saw that 80 armor, the 80 armor, I was shocked. I misjudged this. No, it's pretty good when it comes to bounty armor. See, look, a BT2, BT7 can already penetrate this thing. All of these. Yet this thing didn't even die to it. It lost the track, but it didn't die. And you know what? Yeah, it's gonna get overrun by infantry. Oh, yeah, and it's gonna hurt a bit, but its damage will be already done by then. So let's think about it like this. You want to take out some infantry, right? Because mainly, I don't think you'll be using this against artillery. You'll be using armored cars like the 222, 221, Pumas, this, that, especially when it comes to the US. You have all these armored cars, T69, T that, T this. But imagine having waves of infantry. Alright? Get me here. Let's get a copy of this. Oh, I still haven't checked out its skins. It doesn't have any skins. That's unfortunate.
Mir nach!
You're here, right? You have all this infantry coming at you. Not armor piercing, but now you're using HE. Watch this. That lagged a bit. Not what I was expecting. And versus the 2C, 2F. Let's try that. Cause I thought that would be more effective, really. Where's Germany? Four crew and free crew. Ooh, I didn't know that only the four crew. That's interesting. Note that down, boys.
Ich frage mich, ob Klaus immer noch so langsam fährt.
Verstanden!
Am I using the twos wrong? Am I using the Panzer twos wrong? This is supposed to be AG. Even MG can do. Were twos these bad?
Panzer, wir sind einsatzbereit. Panzer meldet sich einsatzbereit.
Were twos these bad, man? I mean, look. We tested them all out. I didn't know twos were this bad against infantry. I've had better experiences. I've surely had better experiences with the two being good at infantry. This thing, look, I'll give you this. I misjudged the J. I did not see that armor. I'm a bit blind. Huh. But, wow, even the F has more armor than the bloody L. Wow. So look, this thing has faster firing rate. Does it now? Wait, let's check.
Panzer einsatzbereit.
This thing has faster firing rate. This thing obsolete by the time you're gonna use it. I'm not sure if people use FC in Conquest today. Really now? You'll obviously encounter them. Like the German AI loves these. Like they'll eat these up. On the first few games, I'm not talking about easy by the way. I'm talking about easy and easy, medium, and up, or up those. The German AI loves these. The Panzer IIs. These will come in later. You'll even see these with next to Panthers. Trust me. But this thing, they love him. After them comes the Panzer III, and then they'll start bringing in Panzer IVs, but not the early ones. The late ones. Like the G's and the blah 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 and the F's, the patterns of 4Fs and G's, but you'll be seeing a lot of C's and F's. I think especially F's in your first few games, and that's what really matters. This thing, I don't think the AI will use it much, like because Mace things are not really. You'll see maybe one or few every few game. But I've never seen Mace units except for which infantry is quite exceptional being used en masse. Other than that, if you encounter this, I don't think you'll have a big problem defeating it. But if you're using it, that's not a reality we have to face. See, it has 80 armor from the front. It's quite strong. It can get tracked, yes. But that doesn't mean it can still hold. This thing, I mean, I suppose to the lightest thing and to maybe some artillery and stuff, it could do some damage. It can, in the long run, if you don't get shot, of course. It all depends on how you use it, how you control it, how you position it, and if it doesn't die. Other than that, it's an overall good tank. I mean, you don't have the same armor as everything else. It's your... Let's attempt on speed. As any Panzer II, it goes 20 kilometers. Anyway, so addition to the J, I'll be also rating these two next to it. So, what do I think? Well, we've gone into quite a lot of depth. We've learned some things, and we've also understood some things, and understood that we should have more keen eye. And the edit shouldn't be the only guy who's supposed to tell me what armor this thing has. um, Here's my general thought. These things, I don't know. If you're a light tank guy, you'll use them. I'm not the most light tank guy. I'll use mainly infantry and armored cars to counter artillery. I've never seen the success of Panzer IIs or generally any light the armored tank to fend off artillery behind the lines, which is the main problem because instead of having on wheels, you'll have on tracks. You're going slower, and there's gonna be this terrain, there's gonna be that terrain. You'll be on a winter map, you'll be on a summer map. You'll have swamps, you'll have this. This thing, I could definitely see it being used on a defensive role and being also used by the AI. The Panzer IIs generally speaking. But on a player's side, definitely on a good day, on a good defense, this could hold out and show a good sign. Like I could honestly compare it to the T50. Like the T50 is a very good tank, and especially the T50E, which is also a Mace unit, which I haven't reviewed, but I've played and found that it is excellent on a start of game, because you can unlock these very quickly. Like the T set, you can by day one you can already have T70s, but to get a T50, that is even better. This thing fended off so many Germans I cannot tell you. And I accidentally put it too far up, and it did not die. It just did not die. It it its engine was down, its tracks were down, but turret still was fine, and everyone inside of it was dead, but it fended off every single thing. And that's what I could see J in a theoretical role like that. The J could be something like that. Of course, you have an automatic cannon instead of an actual gun with the T50, but this thing could honestly play a very similar role. Yes, you have range limitations, but it is meant to be like that. You won't be shooting targets from here because it's not accurate enough. You'll be shooting targets from here. You know what I mean? See? And honestly, I think if it's used right and if it is put in a well place and if it's fighting the right enemy at the right time of game, this is a good good tank, good tank because of its armor. Otherwise, it's shit. And if I have missed anything about this tank, please tell me, and we'll get right on it. Right now, I want to rate it compared to these main Panzer II variants, the F and the looks. So looks, late game, fast tank. Not late game, honestly, like you'll unlock this on day 3 if you're going for the light tanks. Um, Honestly, why would you unlock the light tanks? Does it lead to the medium tanks? Does it give you the capturable Soviet tanks, like the captured variants of the Soviet tanks, like the KV-2s and all such? Please let me know. I'm not sure, because I can't refresh my main. There's just so much stuff, especially when it comes to Conquest. But
Panzer einsatzbereit.
looks is pretty good. F, it's the F. What do you expect? You're gonna use this for a few days and never use it again and just sell it. Um, and this goes for every single nation, by the way, because you'll be if you ever play Soviets, you know you'll love how to play, you know, playing captured German tanks, because you'll be getting a bunch of leagues, you'll be getting a bunch of MG34s, you'll be getting a bunch of Panzer IIs, and you'll be using this, but after a few days you won't be using this. Let's face it, even by one day, just one day, you will be using this. But for that kind of situation, you have the J. And that's why I think the J comes in pretty good here. Anyway, that was quite a long review. Honestly, very long, very interesting, in-depth look into the game. Of course, by judging by my lack of experience with tank knowledge, and combined with this being just a game element and not being at its realistic limitations, this could be well off on how this thing acted and how overall effective it was. But this is my honest review on it, and I hope you find that fair enough. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now for the 38T NA. But real quickly, I want to find out what NA means, so let me just search that up. I could not find it. That's unfortunate. Moving along. 38T NA. This thing has an MG37T as just as the MG as I'm unable to talk. It's 12:20 in the morning. Well, 12:20 at night. I'm guessing this thing has better armor than the 38T. I'd like to check that out. Honestly, it looks smaller. Bigger, pardon me. The F has double the armor. The only difference being is it literally has the same gun, but a different designation, and it can hold up to 4 people. So that's kind of like, that kind of sucks, you know. MG35T. It's the 35T. What do you expect? Nothing much changed except for a gun. Oh, and the 38TG Ausf.J can hold up to 8 people instead of... Oh, it's the same. It's the same. This thing has less armor. It's kind of mid. Has more armor than it has the same armor as, like, a little bit more. Probably on the sides. 10 to 25. reloads quite fast. Never had that kind of justified with the other 38s, really. Wow, that was a very beautiful penetration. No penetration. I will not be reviewing these as they have the same gun and same preferences, but I would like to see how this thing holds up compared to other 35s and the 38s. This video will be posted as a video after the stream ends, which should be in a bit. As we went into depth with the Panzer II I'm surely we can continue another day and review Soviet vehicles instead, as we're finished with the German vehicles, which would be great. If you guys would like to see anything additionally, let me know. But for now, we will be testing the armor of the 38TNA.
Alles klar, Männer! Folgt mir!
So we've talked about the T50, especially also additionally the T50E. I've used it. Pretty good tank. Yeah, screen. Track down. Surely the T50 uses Christie suspensions. It's quite fast. Dead. Frontal armor's quite powerful.
Volltreffer!
Dead.
Nächstes Mal hast du nicht so viel Glück.
Not dead.
Treffer!
Dead. Oh, this is a tough one. What was that? Fatch? This is the 38TF. And it's holding up. Although its threat is quite weak. Oh wow. Yeah. The turret survived. Look at that. Wow. Of course, this is kind of like, you know, every single time the turret's not going to survive. That doesn't mean it's going to survive. But that is a wow. Okay. Same thing with 38TA. And the 38TF actually is pretty good. Not gonna lie. Turret's weak. but frontal armor is pretty good. Never noticed that. Okay, time for tier list. We already know what the MG34 does in the 37T.
Panzer, wir sind
T.
einsatzbereit.
Okay, so honestly, I didn't like it. NA, it's like, you know, the ugly brother, ugly duckling. This one is the best, but it kind of died because it tried to show off too much. This one wasn't too successful. This one studied, but this one, the ugly duckling. That is my honest review. I mean, if you want to use it, sure, but like, it's not giving you any benefits in the long run. It's not slow. It has everything you could want on the 38. But it can carry 80 crew. I mean, 8 crew. And this is where I think cost comes in. This might be cheaper than what the other expensive ones are offering. Even though this thing has the same specifications, it has some differences compared to the other ones. And I think if it's cheaper, it could be a maybe, but I wouldn't use it. Because you know why? Because it dies to 2 bloody shots from T50. And you know what? Also, I'll be probably encountering T34s by the time I use this thing. Which I won't be. It looks like an interesting tank. I don't know if the AI will use it in Conquest. But I will just sell it off the bat. Maybe keep it as a trophy. It's nice. Look, nice design. Not the best. It looks like they tried. They tried putting armor on it. This is where I'm thinking, you know, hey, maybe they tried to put armor on the Red 80. It kind of has that Panzer II like, Panzer 1 like kind of chassis, which is interesting to see because, you know, the 3080s are bulky. This thing went with kind of like a German design, you know, like a German version of the 3080. As we all know, these are Czech tanks put in the German army. But this is kind of like a German knockoff, you know, weird modified turret with a weird modified chassis to meet expectations of the Wehrmacht. And you know what? It didn't meet mine. So this thing, even the J is better than it, honestly, because the J actually serves a purpose. And yeah, that's gonna be all for today. If you guys have enjoyed, please let me know. We couldn't try anything on the big T34s today, unfortunately, but we managed to see how effective and but how interesting in-depth look of a Panzer II could have been, which I never thought would be possible. We managed to check out the MG131 and also rate it compared to the other MGs and its cousins. And we also tested this thing. Where is it? Oh yeah, I put it here. Which is honestly not the best of stuff. Look, it's bloody dead. But anyway, has a 38T NA. I will see you guys in the next stream. Thank you for everyone who joined. And expect a new live stream where we will be introducing ourselves to some more Soviet Union units. Thank you everybody. Have a good night.